up?
I'll take the hat off.
We know this is for you. We're doing this live, but we're doing this for you too. If this is your first time checking us out, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon. You can stay up to date on all things TTB. And if you like this video and you'd like to see more content like this, hit the like button. We appreciate it. Tells us that you're watching, that you like what you're watching. And we need to do more of what you like to watch. So,
It's be wet,
Samuel,
Yes.
what are we talking about?
Today we're playing a game of Where's the Cricket in Joe's basement.
Oh, you hear that? Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear it too. His brother showed up. He's like, I'm here.
I'm be loud as
too,
fuck, motherfucker. But
It just needs to exterminate.
that house has always had an issue with crickets somehow getting in.
Well,
I mean, it's the
help.
country, so
Yeah.
It doesn't help. Yeah, number one, I live in the middle of nowhere, so anything and everything. We literally watched a bear walk past our house just a couple days ago, like, yeah, and just nonchalantly, and everyone in the neighborhood's like, "Oh yeah, they live down the way."
That's Bruce.
Like the Berenstein Bears over there, like
oh yeah, that's
But-
Jiggy. He just lives in the cave down yonder.
Jiggy.
You know that's a name they would give that bear too. Don't even at me with that. Because most people wouldn't believe I lived in the country for most of my life.
Although, no, I feel like the neighbors that he has would probably just call it like floor rug.
100%, 100%. My neighbors are the kind that walk outside and go, "Bang bang, good morning."
I was that neighbor, so I can't even say anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I also, it doesn't help the fact that my office is in the basement. So yeah,
Yep. But anyway,
I get everything down here.
Yeah, my office
But-
is in the third story of an apartment with a broken HVAC unit.
You
And
be
it's hot
sweating.
as fuck.
You be sweating.
yo,
bro.
I just I'll send you the link. I just got like a little USB fan. This thing, so it's nice and quiet, but I'm on the lowest setting right now, and it is beautiful. Because like, I mean,
I can literally see your hair flailing.
yeah, and when it's far enough away, you can't, like, it doesn't do anything, so it's good for camera. Excuse me, but it's like $20. It's like worth every penny. But anyway, the real topic, what we're actually here to talk about, is Knockout City, because we played that for the first. Well, I played that for the first time yesterday. Joe and Anderson have played it once before, just to give it a shot when it was.
We played it in beta.
Yeah, when it was in beta. I unfortunately was not able to partake in that one. But yeah, no, we played that and it was a lot of fun. And so we're here to discuss the game and first impressions, you know, what you think you might need to change, what they're doing really well, what the future of the game's looking like, probably. So
I will say this for those of you who got to tune in last night and those of you who were watching the rewind on YouTube. You'll notice, or if you watched live, you noticed I was complaining heavily about the lag. I 100% believe it was server lag because when I played after that, I went and got into other games, bigger games, even Warzone, which usually would be one that would also do the same thing that did. No lag whatsoever.
Yeah, so it was definitely network and server issues.
yeah, because like Anderson and I were not having a single issue.
Yeah.
Oh, we
So-
was on full tilt, like full settings that we were having
Yeah.
grand total time.
Like I was streaming that on high settings, because I forgot to change it, but I was like, well, I'm not dropping any frames, so might as well just keep it here.
Yeah.
Like, and
No,
so-
that's like I said, I tested it, and as soon as I got done, like I'm not gonna lie, I was angry because I really wanted to play the game. Like last night was everyone has their night, and last night was my night because I go to load the game up and I run into those issues. So I have to uninstall and reinstall the game. Finally, it works, and then I run into server lag, and I'm like, and I just
you were
was
definitely blowing up.
yeah.
I was having a rough night.
So based off of our scientific research that we totally did on purpose, 2 out of 3 players will be totally fine playing the game. That one other one is going to be not having a good time the whole night. But hopefully that will change, maybe with some patches or something. Because I mean, I don't know if they were really expecting the response that it got. But although I don't know how many players actually were playing it. I mean, we never had trouble finding a match.
Considering I'm seeing mainstream streamers and YouTubers playing it now, so it definitely got a blown up response.
Well, I remember when I first saw it back when it was in beta. This was like before you guys played it. There's a couple YouTubers that ended up getting sponsored by the company that makes it to play it for a little bit and try it out. Interestingly enough, it was 2 Rocket League players, but hey, whatever. And so yeah, but I didn't see it. Now I'm not exactly a big mainstream streamer / YouTuber watcher so much, like not trying to be like, you know, hippy dippy hipster kind of deal, but I just don't really watch that much. I do watch like Ludwig and a couple others, but you know, like nothing.
I think just today Markiplier released a sponsored one with Knockout City.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, and a couple days ago was Charlie released his.
Oh, okay.
And his is also sponsored, so yeah, it's kind of blown up.
Nice.
Just waiting to see PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye. I guess.
Quick shout out to Mama Strega in chat. What's going on? Dropping the nose piercing emoji. Emote. Okay. Yep.
So
he flicked it once, and then the other 2 times it just did.
I missed it. I missed it. I was like, it ain't there.
Where and then it went back, and you were just like,
no,
you'd be screwed in one of these.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to the drunk tank?
Best nights of sleep I've ever gotten in my life.
Breathalyze me.
Wrong.
But no, so let's jump in. So Sam, this is more for you. Anderson, you and I can kind of give more of a test to like what it's looked like growing from the beta to the demo that we played. Sam, first impressions. What'd you think?
I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It reminded me, and I see why a couple of Rocket League guys were playing it, even if it was sponsored. But you know, like it was still like those are the types of guys that are only going to take a sponsorship that they would be interested in. But it reminded me of Rocket League in the fact that like you can play it super casually and just have some fun and just like mess around with like the moon ball and the cage ball and a couple other ones. But at the same time, you could take it very competitively and, you know, try to fake people out, trick shot them, you know, do like a bunch of different stuff to like, you know, really kind of, you know, step up your game. And to be really successful at that game, you have to have some pretty gnarly reaction time to be able to like catch the balls coming in at you, especially with that sniper ball. Anderson and I were practicing that for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Because that thing is fast. But it was the thing is like if you're not ready for it, you're not catching it. You're not just gonna catch it by the skin.
That thing has some knockback power to it too.
Yeah, that thing will send you flying.
Think about how fast that is, then add my lag to it.
Yeah. You probably just teleport.
Like, dude, I'd see my screen get the red square and I'm like, all right, I'm ready. And then I'd hear and like, you know, the ball's coming. I'd click and I'd see that I caught the ball.
Yeah,
2 seconds later, I'm flying across the map. And the ball's no longer in my hands. I'm like, what happened?
Yep.
What? You got bullied is what happened.
Yep.
Yeah, Sam, you said like it since you got fucking base boosted in levels.
Yeah, I still don't know how that happened. Like, I completed a bunch of challenges apparently that I didn't even know I was completing, but hey, you know, whatever. So yeah, when you first start out the game, you know, you're level 1 and, you know, you got to proceed through the levels to get unlocks. I also really like the model. Let me go on a quick tangent here. I really like the model that they chose where the game itself is very inexpensive. Well, not very, but pretty inexpensive compared to modern gaming prices. So it's $20 for just the base game. Now it's free this weekend. So that's probably going to end here pretty soon. So you might want to.
Yeah, it ends today, actually.
So if you want to play it, download it now, play it for a little bit, and then if you like it, spend the $20. But it's worth it, I promise. But like everything that you unlock does not change the game itself. Like the game itself, you can play the base level the whole time, and you're not changing anything. So it's a lot like Fortnite in that regard. But they, if you want to buy cosmetics and stuff like that, you can do that, or you can just unlock them by progressing through the game. So the first game we played, for whatever reason, jumped from level 1 to like level 5, and I was like, okay, you know, sometimes, you know, you get a little bit of bonus XP for your first game, blah blah blah, whatever. But I thought it was weird because Anderson was still only like level 2 or 3, something like that. And then the next game, I jump up to like level like 9, and I was like, okay.
I'm like level 4, and I was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. By the time we ended yesterday, I think I was like level 24, 25, something like that. Like, I don't know. I shot up there, and Anderson was still like in the single digits.
Yeah, I barely scraped level 10 by the time we were done.
Yeah.
And SBMM screwed us.
SBMM.
Skill-based matchmaking.
Oh yeah. So well, yeah, and I can kind of get why it's a fresh game, but
this game has been out for like 2 fucking days. Y'all out there are motherfucking sweat lords.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. Get some help.
Well, it's funny you say that. So, as of 5 days ago, it's actually been out a total of 8 days.
Oh, okay. At least a little
and
rest.
That's only a week. Good God.
Correct. Would y'all like to take a guess at how many players have officially played it in 8 days? Actually, this was based within 3 days of release. You want to know how many players they got within 3 days of release?
5.6 million.
1
2
million. 2 million.
2 million.
That's not
That's
bad.
actually faster than Valheim.
Yeah. It's just within the first few days. Like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Now, Anderson, like I said earlier, you and I got a chance to play it in beta.
Mm-hmm.
Played a little bit of it. What did you think going from beta to demo? Was there any clear differences or changes that you saw? Any like smoother play? Anything that you might have picked up on that really kind of stood out to you?
Definitely some smoother play stood out from this one. They actually did take a lot of the feedback from beta and fix it. Better connections and better server matchups. So that I will give them props on. Can still be improved, but they did better with it here than in beta, which, as I stated before, that's what a beta is for. Figure out the kinks and work on it before the full release. So all in all, I think they did a real good job with going from their beta to initial release. Of course, there's going to be more patches and stuff like that, as any game nowadays does it. But they actually stuck to code and did the from alpha, beta, and initial release. They did it pretty okay, pretty right, I'd say.
And can we just? Am I wrong in saying this is an EA game? Because it's on Origin, technically.
Yes, this is an EA game. Published by EA. Developer was Velen Studios.
So, fellas, I'd just like to point out that hell is officially frozen over, and EA managed to release a game on day 1 without it being totally fucking broken.
Yeah, look at that.
I disagree.
I said totally broken.
I feel like that was a more personal kind of thing.
Yeah. I think they were just. I think they just remembered you talking shit about them, and then they were like, nope.
So they gave me a chance because I was one of the first players on Anthem. So they gave me a chance.
Let me explain. I don't think I disagree because I don't think you can give EA all the credit there.
No, I'm not saying that they deserve any ounce of credit. But
no, this one pretty much goes to the development studio.
Yes, again.
Well, the reason I say that,
company.
Yeah, I was saying that because Velen Studios, it's kind of like talking about Apex. Apex was EA under EA, but it was done by Respawn.
Yeah.
So fucking cricket. I just want to go find him. Go.
Yeah, all I'm hearing is cricket.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey.
Just keep playing that in the loop.
Yeah. I don't have to. It's live on your end. Continue. EA, Respawn, Velen.
Apex was under Respawn, but it was under EA, and EA tried to take EA tried to take credit for that, in the sense of like, oh yeah, they couldn't have done it without us. I think in the same concept, Velen Studios had put together an amazing game and used EA to back them, probably financially, I'm sure, because EA has a ton of money. But I think that's where yeah, exactly. And that's where we see like Velen Studios deserves all the praise for that.
Yep. GG Velen.
Amen.
Yeah, good shit, boys.
Yep.
I will say, as far as from my perspective, because when you and I played the beta, we didn't know what we were getting into. Like we went in, we were recommended this game by Rusty's, I think it was,
Yeah, it was.
And you and I went in and played with Rusty's, and we had no idea what to anticipate. And honestly, in beta, the game was fantastic. The game was amazing in beta. Like I had nothing but good things to say about it. And unfortunately, like I can't really give a solid conclusion as to how the game is because of the amount of lag that I was receiving last night. I'd love to get back into the game and actually see, you know, how smooth it is, how it feels, just because they didn't really change much. They didn't take away any of the different balls. They didn't take away any of the maps. They kind of actually smoothed them out a bit, and they really didn't change much from beta from what I saw, you know, on screen.
Yeah, I was about to say most of the game mechanics and like the controls and the balls and everything like that, they didn't really change, but they did smooth out most of the game mechanics.
And that's where I'd love to get back in and actually play it.
Yeah, they felt less clunky since Joe had all the network issues. I was able to actually play it, and it was definitely less clunky. It surprised me how less clunky it was because I was actually able to be productive in the game.
I will say one thing I did notice was a mechanic they changed, and maybe this is just on my end. I don't know if it was just a lag issue, but I remember in beta you could run and you would have to pick up I'm not a lag issue, sorry, it's a difference in game, but I had to do it regardless on certain instances because of the lag. But I remember in beta you had to run up to a ball and pick it up by hitting E if you were playing K&M, whereas last night when we played, I just ran to a ball and it ended up in my hands. So that was a difference I did see, because I remember in beta I was like, it was kind of almost like another keybind that you have to think about when you're playing the game. Like, okay, well, is it better if I go ahead and set my mouse to like set my mouse 2 to pick up because it's also catch, like, or what would be a faster keybind? Whereas last night it's like that's so much smoother where you just run over a ball, it's in your hands, and you take off running, you charge it up and go.
Yeah, from the beta they definitely changed that because like I play on controller most of the time, so it's auto pickup, but they also put in the thing if you're playing with controller, they can swap out different balls, or if you see like a sniper ball and you're holding a regular ball, you just press the left mouse button and just drop the current ball you're holding. So yeah, they definitely changed that from the beta, which I think was an improvement because I mean, having to think about that extra step of picking up a ball when you're next to it I mean, it's not much, but it does take you like a second or two to like do it.
Yeah, and that's interesting. I was when I played it, I was expecting when I like first initially went through the tutorial that I would have to pick up the ball manually. Yeah, because I was like, and I remember I had my finger on E, ready to hit it when I went to it, and then it just like automatically went in before I even had a chance to. So I do like that mechanic. I wonder if that's something that's toggleable, or if that was like a decision that they made to try to level the playing field a little bit. So, you know, it's not just like necessarily a ping thing that's causing you to pick up the ball.
One thing I do appreciate that with that though, is that when you hit somebody, so like if you jump at them and hit them, like you shoulder check them, if they have a ball, the ball goes like flies out of their hands up like in an arc motion. You can't pick up the ball until it hits the ground.
Yeah, or at least it's very close. Like once it's near, you know, catchable stuff. Because
there were times where even like when I wasn't having lag issues, there were times where I would hit somebody and the ball would fly up and I'd jump up to go get it, and it wouldn't let me grab it until I was back at the ground, and it would go doink, and then I'd get it and be able to throw it.
I think the only exception, I think the moon ball you can still grab if it's up in the air, because I remember I jumped up a few times to grab that and it worked.
Yeah, I did that, so yeah.
But
fair.
I don't know.
Well, so was there anything that y'all felt needed to be changed in the game? Was there anything that stood out that y'all were like?
I would say the auto aim.
I feel like there there needs to be a way to, and there might be, I don't know, maybe we just are still bad at the game, but to be able to cycle targets. You know, if they're in a range, you know, instead of just being locked onto the one guy, because like there was times that, you know, like we had like 1 point left until we win, and you know, we were all 6 of us, you know, we're all bunched up in one area, and I'm like sitting there looking at the hearts to see who just needed one more hit, but it would always like toggle onto somebody that still had 2 hearts, and so I had to basically like, you know, like do a 360 with my mouse in order to kind of break the targeting and then try to get that last guy. And there was a couple times, I remember one time in particular where it was 9-9 and that situation happened and I couldn't, like, for some reason unlock from the one guy that it was locked on.
Did you look to see if there were any keybinds for that, or was
no,
it just
I didn't.
auto lock?
I didn't think about it at the time because it just auto locks. That's all it does. So,
Yeah.
but like I haven't actually looked at the keybinds to see if there's something to do that where you can like kind of toggle that.
Yeah, there is a way
yeah.
you can do it because I was able to do it on controller, but it is definitely not intuitive.
Yeah, and so yeah, if that could change a little bit, you know, that'd be
Also,
pretty
can we
nice.
change? Can we change the timer for the ball spawns? Because holy crap,
Well,
sometimes it is hard to find a ball.
the problem is they don't respawn until the ball has fallen off the map. So like if it's still on the map somewhere, it's staying in that spot.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not respawning back to its original location unless it falls off the map or falls off the map. That's the only situation I can think of. So
Yeah, that's the only time you'll ever see that, because I picked up on that pretty quick when I think we were playing. Which map was it? It's the one, the one that's in a constant circle, basically, or an oval.
the
And
Galaxy
it's got
Burger?
yeah, Galaxy Burger. Thank you. And
Oh yeah, the one with
On
all
that
the
one-
gaps and stuff in the map that I hate because they kept falling
yeah,
through.
but that one had that tower in the middle.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the tower was a special ball, and if like I remember seeing somebody pick it up, and I ran over to grab, like, and I just saw them throw it, and I'm like, okay, nobody's touching it. I'm gonna go over here and wait for it, and it never came back. And then when I came back later, it was there. Like that's when I recognized, like, oh, that ball's gonna stay wherever it's sitting until somebody goes and picks it up. So you could throw them all over in the corner, away from everybody, and you know, hide them. And they're never going to respawn until somebody goes and picks it up and throws it off the map or throws it at somebody else.
Which I like
Yeah.
because it kind of stays true to the, you know, like the dodgeball meta, I guess you can say, to where like, you know, a ball, like, you know how like like we've all seen the movie Dodgeball, right? And so, you know, like it starts off like, you know, there's the line of balls there in the middle, everybody runs through that, gets it, and then starts throwing. It's not going to just magically reappear in that spot. Like, yeah, I know, you know, there's kind of some crazy stuff where, you know, because as a character, you can ball up into a ball and be thrown by a teammate, which we did a lot, which was a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
you know, that there are some kind of fantasy elements to it, but I like that they at least kept that part. So, and I like also the randomness of that, because that means you're not camping spawns, you're not, you know, doing kind of BM behavior, really.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and so
I agree. Well, it's funny you bring up dodgeball, because I decided, you know, whenever we do game reviews, it's something that's always fun is to read reviews from other people via Steam. And I feel like we should keep this trend alive. And it's fantastic that you brought up dodgeball, because the second one I see for most helpful reviews in the past 7 days is from Patches O'Houlihan. And it says, cyberbullying has never felt so good. Oh man, that's great.
Damn.
That's
I mean,
fantastic.
but yeah, I mean, it's true because back in our days, at least, whenever we had gym and played dodgeball, it was a big old bully fest.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Probably where my
I
shoulder issue
remember-
started.
Yeah, probably. I remember when I was playing it, and there'd be like one kid that got him like my nerves that day, and I'd just be like, "Yeah, you're getting a fastball to the face, homie. I don't even care if the rules say not to. You're getting a bloody nose. I don't give a shit."
Yo, I could throw fast. I destroyed some kids.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie.
could too.
I was Tubba Bubba back in school, but I was agile to come dodgeball. If I saw them pull them balls out, I was like, like we could. It's on.
Oh, I was a mean motherfucker. And plus, that was the days when we used the balls that went ping, like the good old classic dodgeballs that fucking hurt.
Yeah, I remember like the very few occasions that we played in high school, they had the stupid foam balls.
I
hate those things because one, that you can never throw them straight. Doesn't matter how good of a throw, like a pitcher, thrower, or whatever you are, you're not throwing that thing straight. So it's basically just like an RNG generator of just just where that ball's gonna end up going. The old school
if I'm
ones,
playing dodgeball, I want a rubber ball that's gonna make someone see God.
Yep. Like their life will flash before their eyes after they get hit.
And they better know that I
is playing as he throws the ball.
Yeah. They get hit, blackness, and then they wake up in Skyrim. like
they get hit, and automatically the Lil Peep playlist just starts playing.
Oh my god. Let me hop back over here real quick. So some overall good reviews. Chowboy said great fun, should be free to play with the shop if it wants to last.
I agree. I do like the $20 price point. Like it's at least way better than it like a lot of other games have been.
$60.
Yeah, but with as many games that have come out that have been free, and then you can just buy the cosmetics. I think that would probably be the smarter choice, and it wouldn't surprise me within the next probably 6 months where the game goes free to play, just like Rocket League did after a few years.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if it ended up on EA Access.
Yeah.
Or EA Play or whatever the hell it's called.
I think it already is.
I think, yeah.
I'm sure it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, actually, I'll look it up now.
Okay.
While you're looking that up, Big Smoke 64 says, every time I catch a fastball, my brain receives extra amounts of dopamine.
It is very satisfying, especially the sniper ball. Like if you're able to catch that, you're just like, yeah.
You feel like a god.
Yeah.
And you know good and well, if you catch that, the person who threw it's going, oh shit.
Yeah. There was a few times that like I threw this, like I have yet to catch one in game, but also like the special balls are randomized. Like you don't get the same ones every game. It's gonna be like, at the beginning it kind of goes through like a little bit of like a kind of spin the bottle style thing, and then it's just like multi-ball or sniper or bomb.
Oh,
whatever.
So fun.
Multi-ball is a lot of fun, but and like I remember like I threw the snipe, like I had charged up and like I was like getting ready, and I waited till like the guy was like not paying attention or like throwing the ball at somebody else, and he still caught that thing, and I was like, you're a god.
And then, at that point, you just turn your character around and run the other way.
If I could, my character would bow at that point, like kneel, I should say. Yeah, just my liege.
My liege.
Make it quick.
My character's just like, all right, bro, I'ma hop out of here real quick. I ain't about to deal with this.
Yep.
But yeah, it is on EA Play.
Okay. So it's free-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
Free-ish.
I mean, you'd have to buy a subscription to EA Play, or you can have the Ultimate Pass on the Xbox and get EA Play for free.
Yeah.
Which I have.
Same. I don't want to say this person's name, but I'm going to.
Do it.
Queef Wizard.
There was so many names going through my head, and I'm like, nah, it can't be Queef. But
I was sitting there, I was like, it's gonna be genitalia related. Yep. Okay.
They say, how is a dodgeball game made by EA somehow the best thing I've played in a long time? It's so fun.
Honestly, though,
that was pretty accurate. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing too is like, and Anderson, I think you and I said this when we played the beta. It's so just random. Like no one has ever made a dodgeball game before. And the fact that it's like a 3v3 dodgeball game, you can queue up into a match and just play. It's so fun. You can practice. There's a whole like rooftop to practice on. Like it's just so different from your normal games.
Yeah, I really appreciate that there's a practice area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's not even like you got to go into a separate mode. It's just your home base.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's cool. It's not just a static screen, where you're like, queue up or, whatever. It's actually
me and Sam spend a lot of time just bullying each other there.
Yeah. While Joe is trying to get his issues sorted out.
Yeah. Kawaii Chemistry says,
Raw.
Kawaii.
Get balls in my face.
I mean, accurate.
Can't be mad at it.
Don't have much to say after that. I see a negative review.
Okay.
I'm gonna read this real quick.
That's like someone who got paired with a bunch of tryhards and got bullied.
No, not at all, actually. So it's a little bit of a reader, so just stick with me. Devs! That's how it starts. This game needs the following. Remove the 10-second timer between rounds. It's unnecessary and frustrating, and a frustrating waste of time, especially in 1v1. Remove the annoying losers, winners cinematic, or at least give people an option to skip it. When you lose a game, you definitely do not want to watch the winners showing off. Being unable to skip this made me quit the game instead. When you win the game, it also makes me rage, as I want to get my rewards and move on to the next game. The menu navigation is so horrible. Why do I have to go back to the hideout whenever I want to play a different game mode? After a game in one mode, I'm stuck with this, and if I want to change anything, I'm forced to go through another lobby and menu. It's also not intuitive. Quitting the game, hell, Alt F4 is way quicker because the exit to desktop option is hidden under 3 menus.
That is annoying.
This is nowhere close to being user friendly. The game itself is fun, but all the time wasting cutscenes take the fun away and bring up annoyance. Oh yeah, when you launch the game, all the sounds are to the max. Only after a while, the game goes, oh right, this dude didn't want to listen to max volume level. Let's go a bit quieter. So annoying.
Yeah, I can see those because the music, not the music, what I was saying, the cutscenes, they're not skippable, and I hate that. I hate that in any game.
Yeah, I mean it's annoying. Honestly, like I wouldn't really call it like a detriment. Like, yeah, if they had the option to skip it, that'd be nice. But I wouldn't go as far to leave a negative review for that. But also, I don't review anything.
I wouldn't sit there and cry about it or quit a game just because they had unskippable cutscenes. Yeah, it's just okay. While this is playing, I'm going to go do something else, and I'll come back and hopefully it's loaded up.
And because like the menus can be fixed pretty easily. You know, like especially yes, and I will 100% agree. The exit to desktop is buried.
Yeah, that was annoying.
And so like I wasn't like the biggest fan of that, but you know, I mean, otherwise like I didn't find the menu because I did all like the queuing up and everything. I didn't find the menu terribly unusable or anything. But also, it
wasn't too bad.
We only played one game mode, and so I can see like if he's playing 1v1, I can understand where that would get frustrating. Because those rounds are going to end a lot quicker than it would in a 3v3. Yeah. And so, like, if you're spending the majority of your time in a cutscene or, you know, loading to a menu or, you know, something like that, I can understand where it can be frustrating with that.
So something I could think of for the devs to have a workaround would be to basically say, keep the 10-second timer and add an option of skippability. So like if let's say 3 people vote to skip, then it automatically skips and you go into the next round, or drop it down to like 5 seconds in between, because that's a much shorter window. I do see where the 10-second window comes in handy, because especially if you're playing ranked, you're going to want to kind of like
shake it off a little bit, like, you know.
If you lose a round, if you get whooped like 10-0 in a round, you're going to want to be like, all right, clear the head. We got to get back in this. But like, it also gives you a chance to kind of strategize a little bit too. Like, okay, so we know they're going to wrap this way, or they're probably going to wrap this way, or, you know, who's going to ball up and go, like, you know, that kind of thing. Like the 10 seconds helps, but if you're playing 1v1, no. If you're playing 1v1, just keep them going. Just keep them going.
I would say just if for the 1v1 option, just cut it out. That's what I would say. And then for the 3v3, keep it in. I mean, it's different game modes, so it should be different. So I mean, it's not really a thing. His point about the winner loser thing at the end, nah, I don't agree with that. I say keep it, because I mean, recognize you lost, say GG's, figure out what you could do better, and go on. Or if you won, hey, we won, we can show off a little bit. Okay, next round, whatever, keep doing what we're doing. Or I like that in the game, because it's not like oh, everybody did good, participation all around. No, recognize you lost and get over it.
Or they could do kind of what Rocket League did. And so like there is like a winner celebration screen at the end, but you can leave while that's happening. And so, you know, the winners can still, you know, do their whatever, you know, like, because like a part of the game, like part of the customizations, you can have like a winner pose or a loser pose. Let the winners do, you know, show off their poses that they might have bought or earned or, you know, whatever. So I can understand why they're there. This could be a juicy one. All right.
Either a juicy one or a shit poster one.
Maddie says, after 10.9 hours on record, every PE teacher's wet dream made into a game. Yep. Absolutely.
That's about right.
Let's see. Mun says, fun game, but playing it makes me extremely volatile and violent. Absolutely.
Joe.
Especially if you deal with the server rate, the server lag.
Yeah.
That is me. 100% me.
What's going on, Amish Pike? Thanks for stopping by. We're talking about Knockout City.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
I do want to say, I did read one real quick. There was one posted 6.9 hours ago, and that was, besides the issue with ping when playing ranked due to the change of server, it's a great game. So I'm not the only one dealing with that, because we were playing ranked last night, and it's nice to know that I'm not the only one dealing with that.
We weren't playing ranked.
I thought we were.
No, we were just playing 3v3 knockout. That's it.
Then I wonder if that extends out to other game modes as well. It's just nice to know that I'm not the only one dealing with server lag issues. Like that the devs are going to recognize this and go, okay, let's fix it.
Did you do a speed test yesterday?
I did. Yeah. I was running pretty high.
Oh, okay.
So I was good.
So that probably comes down to just, we've seen how this game has blown up. So the servers may not have been like designed or coded to withstand that load. So there might be server lag and stuff like that for other people, because the servers are pretty full during this time, especially since they also got a free trial going. They got the full game going. So you got a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I do want to say to that, that's something I was going into the game expecting.
Yeah.
I was fully expecting it. I just wasn't expecting it to be that bad. So I was fully expecting some lag. I was like, okay, it's probably going to work. We're probably going to have some laggy moments. Not a problem. We'll work around it. I was not, because I literally would lag from the point that the game started to the point the game ended. I was even lagging back at the home base and the hideout. Like that's how bad it was. Anytime I got near a player, it was, or any kind of action, it was like worse. Because if you look in the top right corner, it gives you your little meter, and the blue icon is, hey, you're having some server lag or having some lag. The red icon means, yeah, you might want to exit. And I was having the red icon more than I was having the blue.
Yeah.
Like if I was by myself, I was having blue. If I was near anyone or near anything, red immediately.
We even saw it on our ends with the players that were either AFK or lagging in and stuff like that, and just staying in one place. So
yeah.
So I found another not recommended review. This is after 71 hours.
Holy crap, my guy.
Gameplay.
Did you have a whole week off of work?
71.2 hours on record. Okay.
Well, there's a try.
Keep in mind, hang on. I just want you to recognize this game was released 8 days ago, right? That was 71 hours on record 3 days after release.
Yeah, this man literally spent 3 whole days worth of time playing this game.
Man didn't
he
sleep.
had to have just left the game open while he was sleeping. Had to. There's no way in hell.
No, man, this man was training while he was sleeping. He was sleeping and still playing the game.
He was like, "This is my time. This is how I'm gonna get famous on the internet."
I'm gonna get those reflexes up.
Yep.
So I'll read it to you real quick. Fun little game, but horrendous competitive servers. Would not buy if you're in it for the action. Having 120 to 300 ping almost every single competitive game. I will change this review if they actually fix it. Edit. Found out what the issue is. The game is not region locked, so you have a chance of ending up on servers that are on the other side of the world. Could be an issue I ran into.
I actually brought that up during our playthrough, because me and Sam, when we were playing, we were paired with a Chinese player, and I was just like, oh, okay.
What's interesting though is I just as a quick aside, I didn't experience any crazy ping issues. Now I might be kind of used to it. So being in Texas, Central does not have servers. you're either connecting like in Rocket League. I know I use that example a lot, but that's the one I spent the most hours on. Connecting from Texas to either US East servers or US West servers, I always had a minimum of 80 ping, which isn't terrible, but for a competitive
Doable.
game, not exactly the best.
Not
best
ideal.
thing. Yeah, it's not ideal, but and maybe I'm just used to it at this point. But like I feel like I didn't really notice any like kind of crazy ping issue, even when we were playing with the Chinese guy.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't have too much of a ping issue, but that's also because we're on the East Coast, me and Joe. So
yeah,
we pretty much located near some good servers like DC, Richmond, and stuff like that.
yeah. And real quick, Amish Pike is in chat saying, "Hey Carter, I told you I'd join in." So this man's an OG if he knows you as Carter.
I'm about to say that dates it back.
Yep.
Amish Pike. What? The name doesn't ring a bell, so I'm not sure.
He said, "From today, bud."
He helped us move.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
I won't say your name unless you want me to. Is that?
Was he there when I was helping you move?
No. I'm saying I went and helped somebody move today, and he was there. We were talking about the show at one point, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I'll tune in." So thank you. That's dope. That's dope.
Don't forget to
also-
hit that follow button.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Do that thing. Also, back to the review. This man complained about competition when he has 72 hours in this game. Fuck off, my guy.
Edit 2. This happens exclusively in league play. Street play is much better. I have a data center close to me with 20 to 30 in ping, but rarely get matched in league play on those servers. And I have fiber here, so around 500 megabits, both up and down.
Ugh. Oh, I miss it.
But still iffy experiences online.
Okay, so
The only thing the developers need to do is put an acceptable matchmaking ping system in place like most other online games have. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like any game that's going to consider itself even remotely competitive needs to have that kind of feature. I mean, otherwise it's going to be, like, oh, I'm trying to rank up and then I'm suddenly lagging because I'm connected to the China server, so like that's the that just needs to be there.
I'm safely guessing, I think Anderson, you said it earlier, I'm safely guessing this, I'm sure the devs are going to see that people are going to be like playing all over the world.
Yeah,
like pinging all over the world. So it's like, I'm sure the devs are going to recognize that and be like, all right, we should probably set up our regions. Like, we should probably get these set up so that way we retain our player base, because it does get really annoying when you're playing East Coast and all of a sudden you're playing with someone in China.
Yeah, or you playing with some guy in Russia. It's like we can't even. It's like I can't even get proper teamwork going because we can't even understand each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like English.
Like,
Please.
do it.
What? Oh god. Let me see. This lovely little come on, load for me. So this lovely little review is from holy shit. Okay. This one's from Cuckoo. This was
For
posted.
Cocoa Puffs.
Oh.
I see you too are a man of culture.
Okay. Dear God, this game is amazing. Easy to pick up, pretty satisfying to master. 1v1
bro.
1v1 mode is so fun as a side break to hone your personal skills. Once you get past the initial toss fully charged ball and catch spamming, you start realizing there's way more to it than that. The fake out game, faking throws to get an opponent to prematurely attempt to catch it. Throwing an uncharged slow ball to throw off enemy timing. Get behind an enemy while teammate is in front of him with charged ball, having him pass to you and max charged ball toss into the back of his head for an easy KO. We did that last night, and that was glorious. I think it was Sam and I.
Yep.
Sam was just like keeping him busy, and I just came out and was like, and smacked it.
Oh, and player bombs. I love the player bombs.
Player
Yep.
bombs are fantastic.
Half the game, it was just Anderson and a ball. And then he'd be like, send me. And I'd be like, release, you're released, my child.
And I'm like, for the Emperor.
Enemy always seems to know you're targeting them and ready to catch. Why not target their teammate or elsewhere and last second flick to them and toss a fully charged ball? Works wonders. If you and an opponent each have balls and he tosses first, why toss yours too? Pass yours to a teammate for instant max speed boost and take the opponent's ball and rush him.
Hey, wow.
Dang.
This
Somebody-
dissected this.
Somebody started playing with a notepad next to them, like,
just like-
ready to take notes on meta. And I would
They've
like
gone
to
through 4 pins already.
Yeah, and I'd like to just take a second to see. I'm really excited to see how the meta develops in this game, because everything, like, there's so many different ways to do things, and like what is considered to be, something that's going to be a really good idea, something that's going to be like, oh, you caught that ball instead of dodging, like what, like
Beta.
yeah, like
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder. Oh, that would be a hot take if this actually became like an esports game.
I'd be
Ooh.
interested to see it as an esports game.
I
Honestly.
think there's a bit more that needs to be done to it first, but I could definitely see it happening.
And I agree.
Yeah,
and
it
it's,
definitely needs to be refined first.
and it's never going to be as big as all the major esports titles now. But, I would still love to see it as, like, I want to see like a LAN Knockout City tournament.
dude.
That would be dope. And just see people just going off. Like,
We're calling out 176 Corleone. Get your boys. We got ours. Let's see
Yeah.
you on the turf, son.
About to say challenge series tournament. Let's go.
What up?
town ain't big enough.
Oh,
That would be fun. We need to look into that.
The Giga Brain.
We need to look into that.
My man just ascended. Turning yourself into a ball and getting fully charged into a mega bomb is cool and all, but it rarely works against decent players. But how about not charging all the way and using my luscious body to one-shot enemies instead?
We did that.
It's facts. Tired of being hit by multiple incoming balls? Dash instead of getting tricked into catching 24/7. Dash deflecting shots for teammates? Be a dedicated tackler while your teammates lob balls at them? And so much more.
We had
This
some of
game
those
ha-
as well. They were annoying.
Yeah.
And we did that a
This
little
game
bit too.
Yeah.
True. This game has the depth required to retain the attention of even the most sweaty esport fanatic, TTV included in their names.
176 Corleone.
I don't know if he has TTV. in
He
it.
has TTV in his name.
Rip. The art style is fun and lively. The progression system so far is a nice selection of awesome cosmetics that aren't just recolors like most games. Ranked playlist, rotating game modes to keep things fresh. Like guilds, clans, groups, etc. Create your own crew. Customize logos, banners, and your own friggin' squad car.
Phase request your location.
I guess I could have said the TLDR is plenty of mechanics and progression systems to keep esports sweaty tryhards going. Easy enough to pick up for Candy Crush frequents to have fun.
Candy Crush.
Candy
frequency.
Crush frequency. That's
This man just called out esports players and like Karens all at once.
We should definitely make a TGB crew and get our logo on there. That'd be dope.
We do have a
That'd be
TGB
dope.
crew. I created that. I just haven't done any of the customization yet.
I call Kate on my
Sounds
team.
fun. What?
He said
What'd you say?
he said he calls Kate.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, she's on we're all on a team.
No.
Yeah, it's one team. Let me see if I can find some more here.
Let me see if I can find some more. Immediately nukes Mike. All right.
From Milo, 2 dogs in the house, 2 balls in my mouth. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Oh shit. That's great.
Crude Corgi with the host of the stream. What's going on? Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well.
From Pleasa. Pass to me. Chat disabled for 2 seconds.
Yep.
Let me see here. Let's get some other good ones here. I don't understand how this pertains to the game, but after 49.9 hours on record, Jevin says straight up cold beer and hot wings. My kind of person.
Did he
That
get
means it's
Did he get confused with like a Buffalo Wild Wings like Google review page, or like?
I guess
There's clear some wires got crossed somewhere.
Nah,
maybe there's a knockout city somewhere that's a wings place. I don't know.
I was about to say he was in B-Dubs playing knockout.
Big screen.
And everybody's like, bro, aren't you watching the game? Bro, I am the game.
Now, this one is something we didn't get a chance to do, but I could see where this would be sexy. EDP was in Paris, says, hitting a curveball around a whole building is some sauce that deserves pasta.
Yes.
100%.
I did that a few times. Oh, that's like, it's honestly more satisfying than catching the ball like when it's really fast. Like it works out so beautiful.
Not as satisfying as getting a double KO as a bomb, though.
I didn't do that. I always threw you to do that.
Yes, and I did it,
Yep.
and it was great.
Yep. I would just see double KO at the top left of my screen.
You just hear me start screaming.
Honestly, that was some good moments where I like when I finally had a chance to really like throw Anderson, because Anderson was just ball man last night. Like he just balled and be like, throw me. Like,
Yep.
I want the kills.
I remember just seeing like I'd hook him up and I'd be like keeping him busy, and all of a sudden see him explode and double KO. I'm like, oh. So Earning Beast says, after 26.1 hours on record, dodgeball, whack. Brain receives dopamine. Body feels godlike.
That was a memer answer if I ever heard one.
Yep. And then Doggo Eat Homework says ball.
I did say, like, because I remember I was at one point I was just looking for a ball for probably a solid 2 minutes, and like I'm just like sitting around going like ball. I was like, am I a golden retriever?
Yeah, honestly.
Am I the dog from the movie Up?
Yeah.
Here's two good ones. So Shark Blood. The Shark Blood says, I just gravitate towards games of a lot of ball action.
Whoa.
Something about mastering the ball handling and proving my ball skill just hits home with me. Call me a lover of balls if you want, but if sometimes you find yourself desiring fun ball play, give this game a chance.
Fucking Harvard grad student.
Oh. And then this one's actually really good. Spicy Boy 666. In a world full of battle royales and FPS shooters.
In a world full of battle royales and FPS shooters, in a world full of balls, has something truly unique to offer the PvP space. This game is fantastic. Great balance between casual and competitive. I bought the deluxe edition and you should too. Support these devs and tell all your friends to play.
I agree fully. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought he was doing a bit, and then he just kept going, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, he was just reading.
Yeah, I just stuck to it. Oh, this one actually is the plural version. Kiwi says balls.
Yeah. Ball is life.
And then probably the most true one that I've seen thus far. Ma Mad ? Says bully simulator. 100%.
Yeah, the best one we got yet since Bully the Game came out.
So among those two, I've seen. So I just caught. Okay, I caught a couple more here. Wait a second. This one. Okay, no, that's the same one. We saw 2 negative reviews. I'll read one more. Out of all the scrolling I've done, I've only seen 3. Everything else is super positive. This one is from Coco. No chat. Okay. Fix the server issues and add something to report server issues. Your network stats show about 30 ping and no packet loss, but still 1/3 of matches are unplayable with rubber banding. Again, this goes back to what we were saying before. Anderson, I believe you said it.
I wouldn't even call these negative reviews. They're more like constructive criticism.
Honestly, yes. The thing about though, especially coming from someone who dealt with it last night, I will say this. The game is brand new. You need to expect to go into these games being dealt some sort of lag.
Yeah.
Like if you go into a new game thinking you're going to get anybody who goes into a new game and thinks that they're going to play a perfect rendition with no issues, period, game, you're playing yourself and you need to shut off your console and go pick up the game you've been playing for the last few months. So that way you can actually get the representation that you have in your head, because that game is not going to play that clean. You have to anticipate there's going to be a problem when a game is so brand new.
Yeah, I mean, as I say with everything, like whenever I have to make a plan or strategize or something like that, plans and strategies, even games, they don't survive first contact.
Correct.
There's gonna be issues.
Correct. So, with all that said, I mean, again, the reviews are overall fantastic. I have no doubt in my mind. I have no worry whatsoever that the devs are going to be working on getting the server set up, probably get them region locked, probably make sure the gameplay runs just as smooth. The game's been out for a week at this point, so
Yeah,
I would have no doubt in my mind that a patch is going to come out for everyone who purchased the game, probably within the next few days, easily.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to probably release something within the week coming up. Again, people, keep in mind, it is Memorial Day weekend, so those devs are not going to be working tomorrow.
Exactly.
So it will probably be later this week. And
something too to keep in mind, they honestly, like, I love when devs do what knockout when who's it, Velen Studios. I love when they do things like they did this weekend, because what they did was they basically allowed, so you had the beta test and then they released the game, and for the whole weekend the game was free.
Yeah.
And you have to purchase it if you want to play it past today. Like at midnight tonight, that free version gone, and you have to purchase it if you want to keep playing. That's brilliant.
I love
Absolutely
that because
brilliant.
It allows the devs to collect data from everywhere.
Exactly.
And that way they can troubleshoot it, go through the data, get it back out, and then release patches based on that data.
Exactly. How likely are you to purchase a game brand spanking new that you've never heard of before and had really no hype to it? Whereas, oh, there's a free game. Oh, a lot of people are downloading it to go try it. Sure, I'll play it. Why not? Like, you know, you're going to have much more positivity towards going and downloading the game that's free for the weekend and trying it out. And then also the people who have a lot of fun with it are going to go buy it. They're going to buy it immediately.
It's literally the better version of demos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Because, you know, the way it's going to work out is, you know, the game's fantastic. Even though there's server issues, there are going to be server issues right out the gate, whatever. The game's fantastic. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's a game that I doubt anybody would ever actually get tired of, because it's just that fun. And I'd love to see it turn into an esport.
Like Sam said, this is like a game like Rocket League. You just come back to it whenever.
Unless you are very competitive in that game, like I was with Rocket League. I love that game, but I had to like just be like, I'm done for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like
We
burnout.
just need to chill. Let's just calm it down. Like if you're playing it casually, you're gonna play this probably forever. Like, hey, you want to jump on a few rounds in Knockout City? Hell yeah, I want to do that.
If you're sweating over it, yeah, that's a different story.
Yep.
Also, no one likes players like that. Calm down.
Well, and truly, like, it'd be dope, especially with, you know, as the game progresses. I could definitely see us coming back and doing a couple more challenges on it, like actually building challenges out of the game and saying, hey, we're going to tackle this today. We're not just going to play the game and try and win. We're actually going to do X, Y, Z. And that shows great game development, because it gives people that feeling of wanting to come back more and more and more. That shows, like we talked about this with Valheim. Valheim was so successful and is so successful because it keeps offering people reasons to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing with this, very different play style, of course. It's a completely different style of game, but it gives people reason to come back because it's just so fun. So, hi, Mira.
Yep, she's playing with one of her toys. It's pretty loud because it keeps smacking against hardwood floor.
Can you pick her up?
All I see on Sam's face right now is just pain.
Come here. Come here. Okay.
Oh, Mira. Sweet
Big
baby.
Big old pupper.
Baby.
She's the sweetest baby. Doggo hours. But yeah, so
Linda's been begging me to pick her up and show her on stream. The one night that she's not here is the night that I do it.
oh, that's gonna make her salty. She's gonna be so salty about that.
Yeah, just make sure to include this.
Doggo house.
Make sure to include this in the YouTube video so that way I can at least show her.
I'm gonna specifically zoom in on you.
Yep. Oh, okay. Hello.
But no, I would say, kind of in conclusion, all in all, phenomenal game. I loved the beta. I loved the demo. I'm probably definitely going to buy it. I just definitely would like to see them fix the server issues first, and I have no issues. That was my only problem with the whole game. And it's nice to know I'm not the only one dealing with it. Again, went into it expecting some issues. But all in all, I would say phenomenal game.
Yeah, great game. I really have, other than everything brought up, which I feel is very constructive and probably needs to be either implemented or looked at least by the devs. I feel it's a solid game, so I have nothing but praise for this game, really.
Yeah, I agree. Sam?
I mean, I'm really excited to see the future of this game. Again, I'd like some esports for it, but at the end of the day, it's a really fun game. Hop on with your bros and chuck balls at each other.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Open a couple cold ones up, chuck some balls.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Balls.
Ball.
Balls is life.
Ball.
Well,
Ball.
yes.
Ball.
So, chat, thank you for hanging out with us this evening. Make sure to hit the follow button if you haven't yet. We do appreciate it. That feels fantastic to us because that means that you want to come back and hang out with us, and we appreciate it. So, hit the follow button, come hang out for future episodes. And if you haven't yet, of course, if you'd like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't feel obligated to. It's not something we, are going to sit here and hammer home. But if you do have Amazon Prime subs, they're free for you and give us money to be able to give back to you.
I will.
Oh. The fact that you had a hammer that readily available on your desk, I don't, we're not going to question it. But YouTube, again, as we said earlier, hit the like button on this video if you like the content you saw. Let us know what you think down in the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you stay up to date on all things TGB. And gentlemen, it's that time. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.